Hello, how are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm fine too. What's your name?
My name is Jason Tartt.
All right. Nice having you here. And thanks for agreeing to do this with us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, first of all, I want you to tell us your opinion about who you were hoping would win the USA presidential elections.
I don't have much faith in the U.S. electoral process. I don't think that it has ever served black people in America well at all, so I don't have any faith in any party. I think the two-party system is detrimental to the well-being of the country. And up to this point, neither party has done anything to show black people they deserve our vote.
That's fine. So, also now we know that Trump has been elected as the president, and obviously he's against illegal migrants living in the USA. So he's working on deporting them. What effect do you think that will have on relatives here in Africa? And basically, do you think it's a good thing to deport illegal migrants living in the USA?
Illegal is the key word. For me, I have family that live in many of the inner cities in the United States, and there's a clash, there's a problem with resources. The black community in America is the poorest demographic in the country as it is. So most of the time, when this illegal immigration issue arises, it impacts the black community worse than any other community. So I think going about it in a legal way is the best way to approach that. But this is not a new issue. This has been going on a long time. As a matter of fact, I think President Barack Obama deported more people than Trump. So during his presidency. So I think Trump gets a lot of negative publicity around this thing, but really it's been a problem in the U.S. for a long time. The black community is still the poorest community in the country, and it really impacts the black community there very negatively. So I have, my ancestors were Ghanaian. I had my DNA tested, and my ancestors are from here. So I love Ghana, and I wouldn't advise Ghanaians to come to America anyway.
Why? Why not?
Because the future is Africa. We should be working together. Diasporans and our brothers and sisters here should be coming together to leverage, certain things that are taking place in the United States. There's a better way to do it. But we're the only people on the planet that are divided and haven't come together yet to practice group or collective economics. When we do that, we can solve a lot of these issues, and immigration would not be a problem for us.
That's interesting. That's a good answer. So, also moving on, we would want you to tell us about investments. Every US or leader has some form of influence on Africa, but now we're talking about Ghana. Do you think that under Trump, Ghana will have a better chance of getting good investment and partnership from USA?
No.
Why not?
The Western world has nothing to offer Africa except extraction and the things that they have done historically. So again, it's incumbent upon us to come together. Take it, for example, the dollar right now is hurting African countries. So we should be partnering, leveraging the dollar here with diasporans and Ghanaians working together to build here, so that when the dollar crashes, and I believe it will at some point, the way that the rest of the world is looking at it, Africa will be in a much better position. But it's all about leveraging and coming together, practicing collective or group economics, and figuring out how we can work together to take advantage of the things that exist in the U.S. and the things that exist here, bring those two worlds together, and we could create a pretty special situation.
So, left to you, Africans should be independent of America or receiving any form of support from them, the Western world.
I think Africa should just be given a fair opportunity to compete in the global economy. And when you have so much working against Africa, there's so much stealing and looting from European and Western countries happening in Africa still. So we just don't have a level playing field at this point. So to expect a U.S. politician to come here with Africa's best interests in mind, I think is very naive, and it's not happened up to this point. Just like in America, you have Black Americans voting into a system that has not ever worked in our best interest, and we're fighting each other over this. And our ancestors in America always practice group or collective economics, and they work together to create their own situations. And so I don't think that's going to change. So no one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves.
All right. Thank you so much. So, lastly, what do you think about Trump's policy against women doing abortion? Do you think that he has to infringe on women's reproductive rights?
I don't think that's a political conversation. I don't think government should be involved with that anyway. It's no different than protecting yourself from an STD or HIV or something. You know, you have to take it upon yourself to do what's in your own best interests. So when we ask the government to get involved with these types of discussions, I think it only hurts us in the long run because we're giving over more power to the government that they should not have.
Thank you. But last, do you have anything, to say to Africans or people living in the diaspora? Anything from you?
Yes, I think we should be collaborating and working together. We're natural family, allies, whatever you want to call that. There are so many opportunities that places like Ghana present to diasporans and so many opportunities that diasporans can present to Ghana. But extraction, we can't go based off the colonizers model. You know, we have to come here and work out things that are mutually beneficial. And I think there are lots of opportunities here. I'm doing business here myself, working with some beautiful Ghanaian family. And so I think there are great opportunities that we're overlooking. And again, we need to stay away from politicians to make these things happen for us. I think, there are lots of ways. Black by God Ghana, for example, is a great way, a great platform to provide information and to bring people together. So I think we should be talking, we should be figuring things out. And the solutions are here for sure.
Thank you. We are glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.